Well, hello, I'm Dr. Contrast, and we are live today, and hopefully, Dakota, excuse me, great to have you on board. I hope you've been fine and well. Are you doing okay? And much appreciate you taking the time to join us today. And I'll make an announcement here in a moment once we find out if you're doing okay. So I'm really hoping that that's the case, and we can kind of carry on here a little bit. So I think most of you realize that last week I was unable to go live because of a situation on our residence. We had a bit of a water line problem, and it still persists today. So I'm going to make this a very brief announcement, bring up to speed on some things. I have to get back home because we've got an agents coming in to investigate the damage, and just been an absolute nightmare for the last 10 days or so forth. So, a situation came up a week ago Friday, I think, or Thursday. I went down and lo and behold, the carpeting was extremely wet, and it never flooded, but it just got really dangerously close to just being on the brink line. So it took us 8 days to get everything certified and have the city come in and look at it and shut the water off and all that stuff. It's just been an absolute nightmare. So I so regret the fact that it's going to be a very short presentation today. I just want to take a moment to thank you, Dakota, for coming on board, and hopefully Terrace, if he joins us later on or listens to us later. We're going to pick this thing up next week. I have to get back home today to sit down with the agents coming in to look at the damage that has taken place at the home. Not serious, but enough to just make sure that we're going to be in good shape to get it taken care of. However, Dakota, I want you to know about the plumbing issue. It's just been, it's absolutely been a nightmare. Thank you, Dakota. It's one of those situations where you'd like to be able to say it's going to be okay if you're not there, but my wife is going to handle it. We're going to come together and sit down with these people. We've been after them for the last, as I said, 8 days to get this thing taken care of. Everything's been resolved. It's still a little bit damp, but fortunately there's not a lot of serious damage, so we should be in pretty good shape. But I do want you to know that I'm definitely going to be looking forward to coming back full speed next Wednesday. Maybe I might pick up a couple of days ahead of time too, but I'll keep you posted on my Discord account to make sure we get that taken care of. But for you, Dakota, especially, announcement being made, I am definitely next week. The program is going to be very simple to kind of introduce you to the entire exciting process of sketch rendering empathically. And I'm going to do some homework on it. I've done some things, and some sketches in advance for next Wednesday. When we do that, though, I'm going to show you some things. Then I'm going to demonstrate how it operates and take that into an application of maybe tactical aircraft mid-range bomber systems. So we can use that, and I'll explain, for example, next Wednesday, when we get together on the air, what the applications are. And believe me, Dakota, it's universal. For a talent such as yourself, it's going to be a tremendous opportunity to put it all together for you. As I've said last time we were on stream about 2 weeks ago, I've used this process of empathic sketch rendering in architecture, interior space, branding design, landscape architecture, product design, and transportation design. It's absolutely incredibly exciting, and I know you'll benefit from it, Dakota. And I feel bad today that I'm not able to go live because I really fully wanted to get that taken care of for you, especially. I'm going to have some interchange back and forth. So I'm so sorry for the delay here. But the good news is things coming along here. This is a little black and white line drawing I'm doing for a commission piece for a gentleman who's a Jaguar owner here in town. So I wanted to put that up on the screen so you have to look at a little bit of interest here. So we're going to get this wrapped up. But the real key for me is to make sure that come next Wednesday, we're going to go full steam empathic sketch rendering. And again, Dakota, you're absolutely going to enjoy it, hopefully. And I really hope that in the meantime, we have a lot of questions come up. If you've got some concerns about the application or how to use it when we go through it next week, more than willing to take the time to get it done. And by the way, how are your sketches coming along okay? If you have any sketches you want to send along for me to look at, I'd be happy to do that. I certainly don't want to insult your intelligence here, but I'm here to help you if you can. I'll wait a moment for a response. If you've got some sketches to send along, by all means, please send them along. Looking forward to seeing the progress. But I think for future reference too, the other thing I want to bring up to speed here today too is the fact that this association work, I'm trying to work out a system where we can kind of live feed into a California area. A former student of mine is doing some neat stuff out there, and Eric has told me he'd love to join forces with us, so maybe we get a joint piece on the air, talk about design and so forth, and a lot of neat subject matter going on. Another gentleman I'm working with here is in Alabama, phenomenal design guy, does a lot of great work, and name is John Hummelstein, he's a phenomenal talent, and just great people. So we're trying to get that association put together too. And in the meantime, too, I'm going to change subject matter from week to week as we possibly can here. But all the things we talked about that sketch review a couple of weeks ago, we're definitely going to take advantage of. But getting it all lined up and making sure the dates are good and the process can be taken care of, it'll be great to work with. But any concerns here, Dakota, about your sketches? Are you doing okay? I have a lot of thumbnails for a piece, but I want to create futuristic. Yeah, that's great. If you're going to create a lot of thumbnails for a thumbnail piece, boy, when you get them set up, and if you need me to look at them and kind of give you a little bit of insight, I'd love to do that, Dakota. No problem whatsoever. But I think I've got to just want to wrap it up here as best I can. That I've got to be back in my residence here in about the next 20 minutes or so. So I just want to thank you, Dakota, for taking the time to join forces today. And again, my sincerest apologies for the difficulty we're experiencing with this home front situation. Not good at all. So we're going to find out today what the status is. But for sure, we will be live full steam for next Wednesday at the same time, around 2:15 or thereabout. And I'll try to get a note out to everybody here to make sure that that's taken care of for us, future reference to take care of. So any concerns or questions at all, Dakota, before we kind of sign off here today? And again, just a bit of a product and just a process review here about what's coming up and why the delay has to be taken care of today. So any questions at all before we wrap things up here? Good to know that you're doing well and you're on board here and doing some cool stuff with futuristic material. That's cool. Futuristic theme, that's neat. Well, that's good, Dakota. Thank you very much. And be sure, for example, to tune in next Wednesday. We'll go live and get this theme set up with this whole idea of empathic sketching. And I'm convinced you'll be absolutely stunned at the fact that this stuff is so cool and how to utilize it and what it's used for. It's going to, I think, really be a great asset for you in time to come here. So my sincere thanks to you for joining forces here today. Look forward to seeing you next Wednesday at the same time. As I said, too, I think I'm definitely going to try and work it out where we can get maybe 2 days in next week, maybe go Wednesday, Thursday, back to back to get some things taken care of. But in the meantime, Dakota, I wish you all the very best. Thank you again for joining forces. Have a great week and a terrific weekend, and we'll touch base next Wednesday when we can. So thank you so much, and take care. Good to have you on board. And again, looking forward when you get those thumbnails ready to go. Give me a jingle here. Send them along. We'll take a peek at them. I'm looking forward to seeing what you're doing futuristically. That's going to be a lot of fun. So thank you, Dakota. Have a great week, everybody. And I sign off with this. I still think, in spite of all the difficulties on this end, never forget to dare to remember, to dare to be great, because you are. Thanks, gang. We'll see you next Wednesday, Dakota. Take care and all the very best. Bye-bye.